Steam is having another sale. Let's take a look at a few games you absolutely mustn't miss. First up, we're stepping back into the worn-out boots of Styx, the world's grumpiest, sharpest, and most resourceful goblin. He's pulled out of retirement by the promise of massive wealth and a power that's been lost for ages. You'll be sneaking through a world on the brink of collapse, where secret cults and strange substances are fighting for control. This is pure stealth. If you try to go in guns blazing or dagger swinging, you're gonna have a bad time. It's all about using verticality, hiding in the rafters, and mastering Styx's abilities. My favorite? Creating a spectral clone to bait guards while you slip through the back door. If you miss the days of stealth games that actually reward patience, this is a total steal. Now for something to play with the squad. R.E.P.O. You and your friends are basically disposable labor sent into abandoned facilities to scavenge for scrap. The catch? Physics. You don't just loot an item into a menu, you physically carry it. If you're lugging a heavy cabinet and your friend drops a vase, the noise will bring every monster in the building down on you. It's that perfect mix of genuine terror and hilarious chaos when everything inevitably goes wrong. If you need a new co-op horror fix, this is it. For the sci-fi nerds, the Invincible is a must. Based on Stanislav Lem's novel, you're an astrobiologist stranded on a desert planet looking for your lost crew. It's got this incredible atomic punk aesthetic, all analog dials and retro tech. It's more of a philosophical journey than an action game where your choices dictate who survives the mysteries of the planet. Next, we have something weird. In the bizarre world of Xenozoids, you play a pseudo, a warrior who ends up protecting a small mysterious creature known as the Boy. You're being hunted by Gemini, a brutal force that wants the kids' power for themselves. The combat here is brutal and purely physical, just you and your fists. It feels like a high-stakes dance where timing is everything. But the coolest twist is the ritualistic dice game. You can actually use it to set the rules of a fight before it even starts. It's strange, it's beautiful, and it feels like nothing else you've played. Diablo IV has come a long way since launch. With the Vessel of Hatred expansion out, there's a ton of content to chew through. The new Spirit-born class is a blast to play, and the dark, gothic world of Sanctuary has never looked better. If you've been waiting to jump back in, now is the time. If you want something a bit more chilling, let's go deep under the Pacific. You follow two divers, Mac and Charlie, who stumble upon a derelict research ship called the STASIS. They end up trapped in a massive underwater facility where a medical experiment went horribly wrong. It involves something called the bone totem, a life form that was supposed to heal people but ended up mutating them into nightmares. This is a classic point-and-click adventure, so expect clever puzzles and an atmosphere so thick you could cut it with a knife. It's dark, it's gross, and the story will stay with you long after the credits roll. If you want to feel like a supernatural John Wick, get Trepang 2. It's a spiritual successor to those classic mid-2000s shooters like Fear. You're an amnesic super soldier with the power to go invisible and slow down time. The combat is fast, bloody, and incredibly satisfying. It's pure distilled adrenaline. Imagine being an old person who's been kicked out of their retirement home and told to earn their spot back by doing insane stunts. That's the vibe here. It's a physics sandbox where you can lose limbs, use a trombone as a weapon, and cause absolute mayhem. It's ridiculous, buggy in a funny way, and great for a laugh. This one is such a cool concept. You're a late-night radio host in the 80s and a slasher is on the loose. Callers will ring into your station and you have to use clues and sound puzzles to help them survive the night. The retro vibes and the tension of being the only hope on the airwaves make this a standout experience. This is a masterpiece of environmental storytelling. You're a wanderer in a dying world looking for a cure for a mysterious illness. The 16-bit art style is gorgeous and the combat is lightning fast and punishing. It's a game that respects your intelligence and lets you discover its secrets at your own pace. Set in the ruins of London, this is a psychological survival horror that doesn't hold your hand. There's no HUD, no map markers, just you and the dread. You can even splice monster DNA into yourself to gain powers. It's gritty, personal, and deeply atmospheric. Think Overcooked, but on a boat in a kraken-infested sea. You and a friend have to manage cannons, repair the hull, and fight off sea monsters in this roguelike adventure. It's bright, charming, and will definitely test your friendship when the aquapocalypse starts hitting the fan. Conan Exiles Enhanced takes the legendary survival experience to a whole new level. Now fully upgraded to Unreal Engine 5, the mythical lands of Hyboria look absolutely stunning with enhanced visuals and smoother performance. Whether you're building massive fortresses, crafting powerful gear, or dominating your enemies in brutal combat, the world feels more immersive than ever. You can survive alone or team up with friends in a land brimming with adventure and ancient secrets. If you've been looking for the ultimate survival challenge, the Enhanced Edition is the perfect reason to return to the exiled lands. Don't Scream is a terrifyingly unique horror experience that challenges your nerves like never before. This jump scare simulator forces you to explore a pitch-black forest where time only moves when you do. But there's a catch. The game listens to you. If you scream, gasp, or even let out a tiny whimper, you restart from the very beginning. It's a tense, hyper-realistic test of silence and survival. Can you survive 18 minutes of pure terror without making a sound? In the world of Don't Scream, your voice is your worst enemy. Phasmophobia remains the gold standard for co-op psychological horror. As a paranormal investigator, you and your team must enter haunted locations to gather evidence and identify the restless spirits within. With a wide array of ghost hunting equipment at your disposal, from EMF readers to spirit boxes, every contract feels like a deadly game of cat and mouse. The constant updates from Kinetic Games keep the experience fresh, adding new ghosts, maps, and terrifying mechanics that will leave you looking over your shoulder. Grab your flashlight and rally your friends. In Phasmophobia, the hunt is always on. Human Fall Flat is a hilarious, lighthearted physics platformer set in floating dreamscapes. Playing as a wobbly human, you'll need to solve mind-bending puzzles where your only tools are your wits and some very clumsy physics. The real magic happens in multiplayer, where you can join up to 7 friends to stumble, climb, and throw each other through creative levels. With constant free updates and new skins from No Breaks Games, there's always a fresh reason to jump back in. If you're looking for pure, unadulterated fun and plenty of laughs, Human Fall Flat is a must-play. Finally, we have Indika. You play as a nun in an alternate history 19th century setting, traveling with, well, the devil. It's a surreal, dark, and often funny exploration of faith and madness. It's not your typical game, but as a piece of storytelling, it's absolutely fascinating. That's it for today's list. Hopefully you found something new to add to your collection. If you did, toss a like on the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next round of deals. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.